നമസ്കാരം. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട പ്രൊഫസർ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരി, അഖില കേരള തന്ത്രി സമാജത്തിന്റെ ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ കോർഡിനേറ്റർ ശ്രീ എടക്കഴിപ്പുറം ശ്രീരാമൻ നമ്പൂതിരി, മറ്റ് വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളെ, ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ ഓൺലൈൻ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള മറ്റ് അംഗങ്ങളെ, അഖില കേരള തന്ത്രി സമാജത്തിന്റെ ആഭിമുഖ്യത്തിൽ ബ്രഹ്മശ്രീ ഹരിഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്പൂതിരിയുടെ കീഴിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ ലോക്ക്ഡൌൺ കാലഘട്ടം മുതൽ തന്നെ പൂജാ പഠന ക്ലാസ് നടന്നു വരുന്നു. സമുദായത്തിലെ കുട്ടികളുടെ ഉന്നമനത്തിനായി നടത്തിവരുന്ന വാതായനം എന്ന വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ പരിപാടിയിൽ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഫോർ ഹയർ സ്റ്റഡീസ് ആൻഡ് എംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് ഇൻ സയൻസ് എന്ന വിഷയത്തിൽ കരിയർ ഗൈഡൻസ് പ്രോഗ്രാം കണ്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന പ്രൊഫസർ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരി, ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് ഓഫ് കെമിസ്ട്രി, ഇന്ത്യൻ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് ടെക്നോളജി ബോംബെ, അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിലേക്ക് അഖില കേരള തന്ത്രി സമാജത്തിന്റെ പേരിൽ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തു. വെൽക്കം സർ. Next, I would like to welcome one and all who joined here for this session. Thank you.
നന്ദി ഗോവിന്ദ് നാരായൺ. അടുത്തതായി നമ്മുടെ മുഖ്യാതിഥിയെ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തലാണ്. അതിനു മുമ്പ് ഞാൻ എന്നെ തന്നെ ഒന്ന് പരിചയപ്പെടുത്താം. ഞാൻ സാന്ദ്ര, ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലെ ഡിയാൽക്കമി ലാബ്സ് ഇന്ത്യ എന്ന ഒരു സ്റ്റാർട്ടപ്പ് കമ്പനിയിൽ ഡേറ്റ സയന്റിസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. അതിനൊപ്പം തന്നെ ബിറ്റ്സ് പിലാനിയിലെ MTech അവസാന വർഷ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനിയാണ്. നാട്ടിലെ തൃശ്ശൂരാണ് സ്ഥലം. നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ അതിഥി ശ്രീ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരി. അദ്ദേഹം മാംഗ്ലൂർ സർവകലാശാലയിൽ നിന്ന് MSc-യും ഇന്ത്യൻ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് സയൻസ് IISc ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ നിന്ന് PhD-യും നേടി ശേഷം ഇസ്രായേലിലെ ബാറിലൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി, നോർത്ത് ടെക്സസ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി എന്നിവിടങ്ങളിൽ പോസ്റ്റ് ഡോക്ടറൽ ഗവേഷണം നടത്തി. ന്യൂജേഴ്സിയിലെ സാബിൻസ കോർപ്പറേഷനിൽ സീനിയർ റിസർച്ച് സയന്റിസ്റ്റായി കുറച്ചുകാലം ജോലി ചെയ്ത അദ്ദേഹം മുംബൈയിലെ IIT-യിൽ കെമിസ്ട്രി വിഭാഗത്തിൽ ചേർന്നു. അവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ സീനിയർ പ്രൊഫസറാണ്. ഓർഗാനിക് സിന്തസിസ്, ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഓഫ് ന്യൂ സിന്തറ്റിക് മെത്തഡോളജീസ്, അസിമെട്രിക് കാറ്റാലിസിസ്, മെക്കാനിസ്റ്റിക് സ്റ്റഡീസ്, മെറ്റീരിയൽ കെമിസ്ട്രി എന്നീ വിഷയങ്ങളിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഗവേഷണ താല്പര്യം. ഇന്ത്യൻ അക്കാഡമി ഓഫ് സയൻസസിന്റെയും നാഷണൽ അക്കാഡമി ഓഫ് സയൻസസ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെയും ഫെല്ലോ ആയി അദ്ദേഹം തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെട്ടു. IIT ബോംബെയിലെ കെമിക്കൽ റിസർച്ച് സൊസൈറ്റി ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ വെങ്കല മെഡലും എക്സലൻസ് ഇൻ ടീച്ചിങ് അവാർഡും അദ്ദേഹം കരസ്ഥമാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. 24 PhD-കളുടെ മേൽനോട്ടം വഹിച്ച പ്രൊഫസർ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരി 165-ലധികം പബ്ലിക്കേഷൻസിന്റെ 4 അധ്യായങ്ങളും 2 പുസ്തകങ്ങളുടെയും കോ ഓതർ ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇത് കൂടാതെ 6 പേറ്റന്റുകളുടെ കോ ഇൻവെന്റർ കൂടിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. ഫ്രാൻസിലെ സാക്ലേയിലെ ഓൾട്ടർനേറ്റീവ് എനർജി ആൻഡ് ആറ്റോമിക് എനർജി കമ്മീഷൻ CEA, ബ്രസീലിലെ ബെലോ ഹൊറിസോണ്ടയിലെ ഫെഡറൽ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഓഫ് മിനാസ് ജെറായ്സ് എന്നിവിടങ്ങളിലെ വിസിറ്റർ പ്രൊഫസറാണ് ശ്രീ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരി. ഇന്ത്യയിലും വിദേശത്തുമുള്ള വിവിധ സിംപോസിയ, കോൺഫറൻസുകളിലും പ്രത്യേക സെമിനാറുകളിലും ക്ഷണിക്കപ്പെട്ട ഇദ്ദേഹം 200-ലധികം ലെക്ചേഴ്സ് നടത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അമേരിക്കൻ കെമിക്കൽ സൊസൈറ്റി ACS, കെമിക്കൽ റിസർച്ച് സൊസൈറ്റി ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ CRSI, ഇന്ത്യൻ കെമിക്കൽ സൊസൈറ്റി ICS, ഹൈ എനർജി മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് സൊസൈറ്റി ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ HEMSI, അസോസിയേഷൻ ഓഫ് കെമിസ്ട്രി ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് IACT എന്നിവയിൽ അദ്ദേഹം അംഗമാണ്. ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലെ ജേണൽ ഓഫ് കെമിക്കൽ സയൻസസിന്റെ എഡിറ്റോറിയൽ ബോർഡിൽ സേവനമനുഷ്ഠിച്ച ഇദ്ദേഹം ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ നിരവധി അക്കാഡമിക് റിസർച്ച് ഉപദേശക സമിതികളിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു. പ്രൊഫസർ ഋഷി NN നമ്പൂതിരിയെ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഫോർ ഹയർ സ്റ്റഡീസ് ആൻഡ് എംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് ഇൻ സയൻസ് എന്ന വിഷയത്തിൽ സംസാരിക്കുന്നതിനായി ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. സ്വാഗതം സർ.
Thank you, Sandra. Let me try to share this slide first. Okay, I hope I am audible and the slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at the outset, I would like to thank Sri Sriraman Adakalipuram and other organizers of Akhila Kerala Tantri Samajam for giving me this opportunity. I must also thank my sister-in-law, Srimati Srikala Irishi, for recommending me to this program. So my task today is to talk about opportunities in science for higher studies and employment. So first of all, how do we define science? In this definition, you can see several keywords. Science is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe. So the important keywords are systematic. It's a systematic enterprise, and it builds and organizes knowledge. Not only building, but it also organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations. So we need to explain the knowledge we have acquired about anything under the universe. So in a broad sense, science, explains everything under the universe. For convenience, we categorize modern science into different, subdisciplines. For instance, social sciences, economics, sociology, psychology, and so on. The subjects, that are relevant to individuals and society. Natural sciences, for example, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and so on. The topics that concern nature, and application of natural sciences, such as engineering and medicine, can also be brought under the umbrella of science as applied sciences. And systematic study of languages, systematic and scientific study of languages can be called linguistics. But students may be interested in what they want to do after they complete their 10th. So in general, they have three options. In higher secondary, they can take arts, science, or commerce. So today I will focus on only the science subjects, particularly the basic science subjects, such as physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. And there are different combinations possible. You can take physics, chemistry, and biology and go for undergraduate course in one of these subjects. The other two would be, subsidiaries. And you also have the option of appearing for NEET examination if you are interested in medicine, for instance. Suppose you don't like biology, you have this option: physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And you have the possibility of going for undergraduate course in basic sciences, such as physics, chemistry, or maths, or go for engineering. And suppose you are able to handle both biology and mathematics, in addition to physics and chemistry, you have, in general, three options. You can go for undergraduate course in basic sciences, or go for engineering or medicine. And you can also appear for the National Talent Search Examination and get a scholarship if you are a good performer. So after higher secondary in science, you have many options. You can remain in science, do your BSc, a 3-year BSc, or a 4-year BS, or a 5-year integrated MSc course, or go for engineering, BTech, BArch, and so on. Or go for medicine, MBBS or a paramedic course. And your background in science will also help you to, study design, which is there in many leading institutes. But suppose you want to remain in science, continue to go for higher studies in science, you have many options. You can go for a 3-year BSc course in science, or a 4-year BS course, or a 5-year BSMS course. Integrated, it's also called integrated MSc. And you can take one of these subjects, core subjects, as main, and the other as subsidiaries. And there are a couple of application-oriented courses as well, such as biotechnology. If you take biotechnology, you study biology-related courses, such as biochemistry, cell biology, genetics, and so on. Information technology, which is offered by IIITs. Then you should be good at mathematics, computer science, and so on. Now, before getting into the details of the scholarships available and these 3 different courses, undergraduate courses, let us look at the leading institutions that offer undergraduate courses in basic sciences. And Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore is one of the best. IISc was founded in 1909 by J.N. Tata with the support of the then Maharaja of Mysore and also the British. And C.V. Raman worked there. So it is one of the best institutes for science, not only in India, but in the world itself. It offers a 4-year BS courses in all basic sciences: physical, chemical, biological, and mathematical sciences. And then there are IITs. IITs were founded, originally 5 IITs were founded in the early 1950s after independence. And then 2 more were added over a period of time, one after the other. Right now, there are as many as 23 IITs. That means every state has an IIT except Haryana and some of the northeastern states. And you can see in the map, Kerala also has an IIT, at Palakkad. And I come from, Bombay IIT here. And about 10 to 15 years ago, government felt that there was not enough emphasis given to science, basic sciences. So government decided to start several institutes for science education and research, exclusively for science. Around 5 ISERs were founded about 15 years ago. Then 3 more were added later. There is one ISER, in Thiruvananthapuram. Then, of course, NITs. NITs were earlier known as regional engineering colleges. There are about 30 NITs in India. Almost every state has an NIT. NITs also offer undergraduate courses in science. Then there are a number of central universities, as many as 54 central universities to my knowledge. And some of the leading ones are Hyderabad Central University, Banaras Hindu University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi University, and so on. Central universities also offer undergraduate courses, especially integrated MSc courses. Many private universities, prestigious private universities, such as BITS Pilani, MIT Manipal, Amrita, Vellore Institute of Technology, and so on, also offer undergraduate courses in science. Then there are several autonomous institutions that offer UG courses in science. Some of them are Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, IACS Kolkata. C.V. Raman worked there as well after moving from IIC Bangalore. Then there are 5 Indian statistical institutes that offer many undergraduate courses related to statistics, mathematics, and so on. There is a National Institute of Science Education and Research, NISER, in Bhubaneswar. It is under the Department of Atomic Energy. DAE also has a Center for Excellence in Basic Sciences at the Mumbai University campus. Then ISRO has an academic wing called Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, IIST, in Thiruvananthapuram, which offers several undergraduate courses in science and technology. And of course, state universities and autonomous colleges also offer UG courses, but most of them offer 3-year BSc course. So this is a map of IITs in India. Okay, now if you would like to get admission in a leading academic institution for undergraduate course in science, you need to qualify some of the, at least one examination, national level examination. And probably the most popular one is the IIT JEE. And JEE has 2 stages, JEE Main and also JEE Advanced. So IITs, IISc and IISers accept only JEE Advanced qualified candidates, whereas other institutes like NITs, IIITs, and many other centrally funded technical institutions such as called CFTIs, and many other participating institutes accept JEE Main score. So basically JEE Main is for admission to undergraduate program, not only in engineering, but also in science. And JEE, the eligibility, you need to clear the JEE Main in order to be eligible to appear for JEE Advanced examination. So I told you, IITs, IISc, and IISers will accept only JEE Advanced qualified candidates. Normally, around 15 lakh students appear for the JEE examination, out of which about 10%, about 1.5 to 2 lakhs qualify for the JEE Advanced. And out of those who appear for the JEE Advanced, only about 10% qualify for admission to IITs. That is 10% of 10% of JEE aspirants qualify for admission to IITs, IISc, and IISers. That means 1%, the cream of the candidates. There are other undergraduate entrance examinations too. For instance, NEET, I already told you about NEET. Primarily it is for admission to medicine. But NEET score is accepted for many UG courses in biology. For instance, in IIT Bangalore, either JEE or NEET score would be enough for admission to IIT Bangalore. IISers have 3 channels for admission. One is JEE Advanced. The other is IISer conducts its own aptitude test called IAT. And it also admits candidates through a scholarship-based exam called KVPY, Kishore Vaigyanik Protsahan Yojana. I'll come to that in a minute. And then other institutions like NISER, central universities, which all conduct their own entrance examinations. NISER conducts a test called NEST. And central universities conduct their own common entrance test. Private institutes like BITS and MIT all conduct their own entrance examinations for the undergraduate program. I told you about KVPY. So KVPY is a very attractive scholarship for those who would like to go for higher studies in science, BSc, MSc, integrated MSc, and so on. So this is an aptitude test. It involves an aptitude test and interview, except in the last last year, there was no interview because of the COVID pandemic. So the students from class 11th, 12th, and first year undergraduate science students can appear for this test. and then interview. Those who qualify the test are interviewed for the scholarship. And the other condition is that they should continue their studies in science. And they should also score minimum 75% marks in 10th in order to be eligible to apply for the KVPY scholarship. So in first 3 years, they get a scholarship of 5,000 rupees per month and an annual contingency grant of about 20,000. And if they go for MSc, the scholarship is slightly higher, 7,000 rupees per month plus about 28,000 contingency grant. Remember, the scholarship will be activated only if the student scores more than 60% marks in 12th. So 75% marks in 10th and minimum 60% marks in 12th. But why this KVPY is so attractive? You get virtually direct admission to ICES. KVPY qualified candidates are favorably considered for admission to ICES. In addition to KVPY, which involves an entrance, a written test and also interview, there are other scholarship schemes too. For example, Inspire, which is offered by DST again. Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research. It has several schemes for high school students, higher secondary students, BSMS students, research students, and even faculty. And the three important programs are these: SEEDS, SHE, and AORC. SEEDS, the full form is Scheme for Early Attraction of Talent. SHE is Scholarship for Higher Education. And AORC is Assured Opportunity for Research Careers. So let us look at these schemes in a little more detail. Now, Scheme for Early Attraction of Talent offers about 5,000 rupees. I think it's a one-time, award to top 1 million class 5 to 10 students. And then for class 10 to 12 students, Inspire organizes residential internship camps. Up to 50,000 candidates benefit from this. And then after higher secondary, if you go for BSc and MSc, then you are eligible for a scholarship of about 80,000 per annum. But this is available only to, the top performers. You should be in the top 1% in 12th or top 10,000 rank in JEE and KVPY and JEE. Or if you are a KVPY fellow, I think you are eligible for the Inspire scholarship as well. And National Talent Search Examination scholars are also eligible. Other JC Bose, talent search scholars, those who have won Olympiad medals, science Olympiad medals, are also eligible for this Inspire, scholarship. Okay, so let me summarize the various undergraduate programs that are available in science, the entrance examinations, and also the scholarships. So you have the option of going for a 3-year BSc in science, physics, chemistry, biology, or mathematics, a 4-year BS. BSc courses offered by almost all colleges, state universities, central and private universities. But a 4-year BS is offered only, to my knowledge, very few institutes. IIT Bangalore offers, and many IITs also offer a 4-year BS course in science. In this case, if you're taking a 3-year BSc course, then admission could be based on your higher secondary marks, or some of the institutions may conduct entrance examinations. But for a 4-year BS course in IASC, there are several channels. If you are a KVPY fellow, then you are eligible, or you should qualify JEE Main or Advanced. I think Advanced, not just Main. And if you are a NEET qualified candidate, also you are eligible to apply for admission to Biological Sciences Division. And in IITs, there is only one channel. You need to qualify JEE Advanced in order to get admission for the undergraduate program, the 4-year BS program. And 5-year MSc, integrated MSc or BSMS course is also offered by many central institutes. For example, many IITs, all the ISERs, NICER, and NITs, many NITs offer this 5-year MSc or BSMS program. Several central universities, some of the state universities, for example, MG University. At MG University, there is a center called Institute for Intensive Research in Basic Sciences. It offers a 5-year integrated MSc program. And as I told you earlier, Center for Basic Sciences at Mumbai University under DAE also offers an undergraduate program in science. And the admission criteria for IITs, again, it is JEE Advanced. For ISERs, there are 3 channels: KVPY, JEE Advanced, or ISER aptitude test. NICER conducts, its own entrance test. Central universities also conduct their common entrance examination. So this is the summary of the different courses, undergraduate courses, the entrance examinations, and the scholarships, available. So this is our main administrative building of IIT Bombay. Now let me switch to the postgraduate, that is MSc program in basic sciences. Again, there are many entrance examinations for admission to various institutes and universities. However, IITs, IASC, and NITs give admission to candidates based on their this particular entrance examination, which is called JAM. That is Joint Admission to MSc. Not only to MSc, but to integrated PhD as well. If that particular course is, offered by a particular institute. And different subjects, basic science subjects are covered: biotechnology, chemistry, even economics, geology, maths, and physics. Several universities, again, conduct their own entrance examination. And once you have MSc, if you're interested in going for MTech, some IITs offer MTech program in science, and also for PhD, you need to qualify either GATE or one of the other qualifying exams with fellowship. GATE doesn't provide any fellowship, but your GATE score allows you to apply for admission to PhD program, MTech and PhD programs. It covers almost all subjects in science, engineering, and humanities. It allows you to get admission for MTech in engineering, PhD in science, humanities, and humanities in IAC, IITs, NITs, etc. And now many foreign universities, especially in Europe, are aware of our GATE examination, and they ask for GATE score from applicants. So your GATE score would be useful even if you are going for higher studies abroad. In addition to that, if you are looking for an early job in one of the public sector undertakings like ONGC, NTPC, VHEL, etc., your GATE score would be useful. Therefore, even if you are not interested in research, you can still appear for GATE and get a good score, which will help you get a good job in one of the PSUs. Okay, so I told you about the 2-year MSc program and also the integrated MS PhD courses. offered by various universities and institutes. So the 2-year MSc is offered by most of the universities, affiliated colleges, central and private universities, IITs, IAC, NITs. But ISAs, to my knowledge, don't offer a 2-year MSc program, but ISA has an MSc PhD program. That's an integrated MSc, or it's also called MS PhD program. Now, the admission criteria are different in colleges and universities. Probably you'll get admission based on your BSc marks, or they conduct their own entrance examination. Central University conducts, as I told you, its own entrance examination. Some of the private universities also conduct entrance exams. But in IITs, IAC, and NITs, the admission to MSc and MSc PhD programs are based on JAM. That is the joint admission to MSc that I told you about. ISAs conduct their own test and interview for this particular course. Okay, this is another view of our main administrative building in this rainy season. Okay, now, of course, you have got your BSc degree or BS-MS dual degree. So after post-graduation, what would you like to do? You can, of course, look for a job. But suppose you would like to continue in science with, acquire further knowledge and do research in a particular area, you can register for PhD. And in order to get admission in a leading national, institution or laboratory, you need to either qualify, get good GATE score, or get one of these fellowships. So the most popular one is UGC CSIR, National Eligibility Test. It's called NET. It offers a JRF-ship of rupees 31,000 minimum, plus a contingency grant of about 20,000 per year. And suppose you don't get the JRF-ship, that means no fellowship, you get only lecturership. Even that would be useful if you are interested in applying for a faculty position in a university or college where PhD is not mandatory. So even if you're not interested in research, still try to appear for this national level competitive examination, because if you get NET LS, you are eligible to apply for lecturership. Many other agencies, such as Department of Biotechnology, Indian Council of Medical Research, also offer fellowships, provided you qualify their eligibility tests, such as BET, ICMR, entrance examination, and so on. Now, suppose you have already registered for a PhD program in one of the centrally funded technological institutes, such as IAC, IITs, or ISAs. You are eligible to apply for the prestigious PMRF fellowship, Prime Minister's Research Fellowship, which offers about 70,000 rupees per month. It is more than double of the normal JRF-ship, plus 2 lakh rupees as contingency grant, annual contingency grant. It is only for those who have registered for PhD at these CFTIs. Again, central universities conduct their own entrance examination. Other institutes or organizations like BARC, BITS, JNU, NCBS, NIPER, TFR, HCU all conduct their own entrance or eligibility tests for admission to PhD program. I told you about Inspire. There is no examination. If you are a topper, then you can apply for Inspire scholarship, and for research, Inspire fellowship. DST gives a as many as 1,000 fellowships per year with a scholarship equivalent to that provided by UGC, CSIR, and other agencies. And this is for 5 years. It takes about 5 years to do good quality research in one of the leading institutions. So the fellowship for 5 years is assured. In different branches of basic and applied sciences, not only in basic sciences, in engineering, medicine, agriculture, and other disciplines as well. But again, you should have scored about 70% marks or equivalent CGPA in your MSc or integrated MSc. If you are a first rank holder from your institution in basic or applied sciences with minimum 70% marks, then also you are eligible to apply for the INSPIRE fellowship. And as I told you earlier, the new faculty who are on contract or tenure track, also postdoctoral researchers, can also apply for the INSPIRE faculty award or fellowship. Now, the PhD, once you have the fellowship, or if you have qualified a national level examination, you can register for PhD at one of the universities or institutes. So most of the state, central, and private universities offer PhD courses. There are many national laboratories as well under CSIR and DBT, etc. Many government laboratories, like DAE, DRDO, ISRO, also have academic wings, autonomous bodies that offer PhD courses. We'll come into the details later. And of course, the centrally funded institutes such as IASCs, IITs, ISAs, NICER, IACS, NITs all offer PhD courses. There are some bilateral joint programs as well. For instance, IITB in collaboration with Monash University of Australia offers a joint PhD program. And the student will have the opportunity to go to Australia and work there for 6 months, at least 6 months. And the fellowship you carry would be net, from UGC CSIR or DBT or ICMR or INSPIRE and so on. Or if you are just net GATE or net LS qualified, you may still be eligible to apply for admission to PhD program in centrally funded institutes. Provided you do well in the interview, then you will get the fellowship from the institute itself. And you can also apply for the Fulbright doctoral fellowship that gives you an opportunity to go to a US university for about 6 to 9 months, provided you have already registered for PhD in one of the Indian institutes. Okay, so now there are several academic institutions in India. We have already come across those institutions. In addition, that offer undergraduate courses and postgraduate courses. But there are a number of research institutions as well. Under various agencies such as DST, Department of Science and Technology, CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Department of Biotechnology, and so on. For example, under DST, there are several institutions. I have listed a few of them. This may not be a complete list. Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, IACS, which also offers undergraduate program. IACS, where C.V. Raman worked. Then JNCASR, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. This was started by C.N.R. Rao, Bharatratna C.N.R. Rao. Bose Institute for Basic Sciences in Kolkata. S.N. Bose Institute, Raman Institute in Bangalore. This was started by C.V. Raman. He was very resourceful. So he worked at IIT Bangalore, IACS Calcutta, and also he was also the founder of Raman Institute and also Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore. In Bose Institute, Calcutta, there are as many as 38 laboratories under CSIR, and I have listed few of them here. Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, and for Chemistry, National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. These are selected ones. National Physical Laboratory, NPL, New Delhi. And there is one in Thiruvananthapuram also, NIST, National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. Under the Department of Biotechnology, there are about 10 institutions, 10 laboratories. I have listed a couple of them here. There is one in Thiruvananthapuram, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology, National Institute of Immunology, and so on. Okay, then there are agencies directly under the government of strategic importance, such as Department of Atomic Energy, Indian Space Research Organization, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and so on. So under Department of Atomic Energy, there are several research centers. DARC is famous, Bhabha Atomic Research Center, founded by Homi Jahangir Bhabha, the father of atomic energy program of the country. IGCAR, Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research. Raja Ramanna, RR CAT Indoor, Variable Energy Cyclotron Center, Kolkata, Atomic Mineral Directorate for Exploration and Research, AMD Hyderabad, Global Center for Nuclear Energy Partnership, GCNEP, New Delhi. So these are some of the research centers where scientists with background in different basic sciences are required to carry out cutting-edge research. And DAE also funds several autonomous institutions. For example, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Its headquarters is in Mumbai. It has several centers all across the country. For mathematics in Bangalore, for science education in Mumbai, theoretical sciences, Bangalore, astrophysics, Pune, biological sciences, again in Bangalore, and TA for Hyderabad also, offers PhD programs or carries out research in different branches of basic science. Several other institutions are spread across India under DAE. Some of them are for, these are specialized institutes, some of them for nuclear physics, mathematics, physics, maths, again physics, plasma research, all subjects, HPNI, for nuclear sciences, mathematics, for cancer research, and so on. So there are a number of institutions under, or research centers under ISRO as well. There are as many as 15 centers which carry out different operations related to space research and technology. And you are familiar with, I'm sure, the BSSC Thiruvananthapuram, LPSC Thiruvananthapuram. Then there are space centers in Sriharikota, Bangalore, Mahendragiri, for different activities of ISRO, propulsion, space applications, remote sensing, telemetry, tracking, command network, inertial system unit, electro-optic systems, educational communication, remote sensing, and so on. So these centers also need scientists. There are a couple of autonomous bodies under ISRO, and those are Physical Research Laboratory in Ahmedabad for physics, Semiconductor Laboratory in Chandigarh, again related to physics, National Atmospheric Research Laboratory in Tirupati, and as I told you earlier, there is an academic institution as well for to cater to the needs of ISRO. It is in Thiruvananthapuram, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, which offers UG, PG, and PhD courses in science and technology. And DRDO is another huge organization under the Ministry of Defense, which has 49 centers all across the country, and I have listed some of the relevant ones here. High Energy Materials Laboratory in Pune, Naval Materials Laboratory in Ambernath, again near Mumbai, Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory in Kochi, there is one in Kochi as well, Naval Science and Technological Laboratory in Visakhapatnam, Solid State Physics Laboratory in Delhi, and DRDO also has an academic, there is a deemed defense university in Pune, which offers the postgraduate and PhD courses primarily related to defense technology. Okay, there are other government agencies as well that offer PhD courses and also carry out top-class research. ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, which ICMR has been in the news in the last 1.5 years or so because of COVID. It has about 27 institutes and research centers across the country. Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR. India is primarily an agrarian, economy, and it has more than 100 institutions spread all across the country, including universities, institutions, research centers, and so on. Then if you are interested in pharmaceutical education and research, there are 7 postgraduate centers and research, centers in the country. This is under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Okay, this is a long corridor in IIT Bombay. This was recently reconstructed, and most of the academic departments are connected to these corridors. So even in heavy monsoon, students can go from one department to the other without facing the rain. Okay, so as I told you earlier, at any stage you can look for a job, a permanent job after graduation, post-graduation, or PhD. But suppose you like to continue in research for some more time, then you can go for postdoctoral research after PhD. And there are options available within the country. SCRB, that is Science and Engineering Research Board, offers National Postdoctoral Fellowship, about 55,000 per month plus HRA, and 2 lakhs contingency grant. You can work in one of the institutions or universities of your choice. UGC offers, again, postdoctoral fellowships for universities. The amount is about 45,000 plus 1 lakh contingency grant. And if you are interested in going abroad with the fellowship from the US India Educational Foundation, you can apply for Fulbright, the postdoctoral research fellowship. There are several other postdoctoral fellowships as well offered by individual institutions. For example, Raman Postdoctoral Fellowship is a prestigious one offered by IASC. It's about 1 lakh rupees per month, plus a handsome contingency grant, 8 lakhs per year. IIT Bombay also offers a postdoctoral fellowship to highly qualified PhDs, preferably fresh PhDs, about 65,000 per month, plus HRA plus 2 lakhs contingency grant. So you don't have to go abroad. Even by being in the country, you can do high quality postdoctoral research. Now, suppose you are interested in going abroad after your graduation for MS or PhD, then the recommended countries are North America, USA, Canada, Western Europe, And some of the best destinations could be Germany, UK, Switzerland, France, Sweden, and so on. Then Japan. Australia is another favorite destination. And these are small countries, Israel, Singapore, but they carry out high quality research and offer graduate programs. Israel, even though it's a very small country, there are several Nobel laureates working in different institutes and universities in Israel. But then you need to qualify a couple of international examinations in order to be eligible to get admission to the MS or PhD program abroad. And probably the most important one is GRE, that is Graduate Record Examination. And this is a requirement for many universities in USA and Canada. So it tests your verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, analytical writing, critical thinking, and so on. This consists of some basic maths as well. In addition to that, if you're applying to English-speaking universities, in fact, almost all universities abroad expect you to have one of these, have qualified one of these examinations, TOEFL or IELTS, to show your English proficiency, language proficiency. Test of English as a foreign language or international English language testing system. So you need good scores, in both GRE and TOEFL or IELTS. Okay, and suppose you don't want to go for MS or PhD abroad, but would like to go after PhD, then you can skip GRE and TOEFL, because if you are going abroad as a postdoctoral fellow, there is no need to qualify those examinations. You're considered to be eligible to apply for postdoctoral fellowships abroad. And some of the prestigious ones are listed here. The AVH Foundation Fellowship, Alexander von Humboldt Foundation Fellowship, Marie Curie Fellowship. So AVH Foundation Fellowship is offered by Germany. Marie Curie Fellowship is offered by EU countries. That again offered by Germany, German Academic Exchange Service. Newton Fellowship and Commonwealth Fellowship are offered by UK. Canada offers a fellowship called Banding Postdoctoral Fellowship, and this is a prestigious one from Japan, JSPS, Japan Society for the Promotion of Science, Postdoctoral Fellowship. And Israel also has an international fellowship called Lady Davis Fellowship. And most of the universities in the US and other countries have their own fellowships, funded by agencies like NIH, National Institute of Health, NSF, National Science Foundation, and so on. Okay, so this is, I've shown you a long corridor. This is at the center of that corridor, there is a big arch. This was taken in the evening. Okay, now, I'm sure most of you have heard of Sahitya academies, but many of you may not have heard of science academies. There are 3 national science academies in India. Indian National Science Academy, INSA, New Delhi. Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore, founded by C.V. Raman. The National Academy of Sciences, India, NASI, Allahabad. In fact, Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore offers summer research fellowships to students from colleges and universities to work for a couple of months in one of the leading institutions in the country. They are selected based on merit. And if you are interested in extended reading about the current development in science, of course, you can read newspaper. Most of the newspapers have a science page, but there are several popular science magazines now. Many of them are available online free of cost. You can access Science Reporter, published by CSIR, Resonance, published by Indian Academy of Sciences, Current Science, again published by Indian Academy of Sciences. Current Science also publishes peer-reviewed original articles. Dream 2047, published by DST. And I'm sure those who are in Kerala are familiar with these three popular science magazines published by Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad in Malayalam. All the three are in Malayalam to my knowledge. And there are international popular science magazines as well, such as Nature Science, Scientific American, New Scientist, American Scientist, and so on. Nature and Science also publish peer-reviewed, top class, science, original articles. Okay, Kerala is not behind as far as the promotion and popularization of science is concerned. Under the state government of Kerala, there is an agency called Kerala State Council for Science, Technology and Environment, KSCSTE. It has several schemes to promote science: a student project scheme for postgraduate students, scheme for promoting young talents in science, student program for excellence in experimental design. Some of them are one-time scholarships. Pradhipa scholarship is an annual scholarship for BSc and MSc students. Then women, those women who had a break in their career for family reasons can apply for this back to lab research fellowship, provided they have registered for PhD in one of the universities. And they should also be, all those applicants should also be of Kerala origin. Again, back to lab postdoctoral fellowship is also offered for women by KSCSTE. There are several other schemes under this KSCSTE, and there is also an institute started a few years ago, at Kottayam, which is known as Srinivasa Ramanujan Institute for Basic Sciences. And as you know, Ramanujan was one of the the best mathematicians the world has ever seen. In his name, there is an institute for basic sciences. This institute, as such, doesn't offer any courses, but it coordinates several activities. It organizes workshops, conferences, symposia, and so on, for the benefit of students and teachers. Okay, so I have almost reached the end of, I think I've taken exactly 55 minutes, the end of my presentation. So what is the take-home message? Even if you have missed the entire 55 minutes presentation, and even if you felt that it was too boring, I think you just look at this slide, you will get most of the information, because what I have presented was probably too much for the high school students if they are attending this presentation. So if you are interested in higher studies in science, you can join for BSc, a 3-year BSc course in colleges or state universities. The admission may be based on marks or screening test, and you can apply for KVPY and Inspire scholarships. And if you are interested in a 4-year BS course in IISc or IITs, you need to qualify JEE Advanced or NEET. And you can also apply for this KVPY or Inspire scholarships. Suppose you are interested and you have decided to join for a 5-year integrated MSc or BSMS program offered by IITs, NITs, central and private universities. Then JEE is again the entrance exam for IITs and NITs. Central universities, of course, conduct their own examination. And again, you can apply for KVPY and Inspire scholarships. And A 2-year MSc program is available at most of the institutes, universities, and colleges. And for IITs and NITs, the JAM is the entrance examination. Central universities conduct its own, their own entrance exam. And if you are a topper, you may be eligible for Inspire scholarship. Then after your BSc, suppose you would like to get admission in one of these institutes, you still have the option to join for integrated PhD. It's an MS PhD program offered by many IITs, IISc, NITs, ISAs, and so on. Again, JAM is the qualifying examination. ISAs conduct their own test and interview. The scholarship, after you complete 2 years, the MSc part of the integrated PhD, you can, or even when you are in your second year, you can appear for one of these, national level examinations. UGC CSIR, DBT, ICMR, Inspire, several agencies that offer very attractive, scholarship. Suppose you have completed MSc from a college or a university, you can still apply for PhD in central institutes, universities, and state universities as well. But in CFTIs, you need to qualify one of these examinations, GATE without fellowship, or UGC CSIR, DBT, or ICMR with fellowship. These are the scholarships that are available when you join for PhD. Then after PhD, if you would like to continue research, instead of taking up a permanent job, you can do that in central institutes, government labs. As I told you, there are a number of government labs under DAE, DST, CSIR, DBT, DAE, ISRO, DRDO, and so on. Based on your qualifications, recommendations from your mentors, the quality of your research proposal, and your performance in the interview. So these are the criteria for getting a postdoctoral fellowship in one of these, institutions. And there are several agencies that offer postdoctoral fellowship: CRB, NPDF, National Postdoctoral Fellowship, Kothari Fellowship for universities, Raman Fellowship in IISc, other institute fellowships offered by IIT Bombay and many other IITs, Fulbright Nehru Fellowship to go abroad to the US for your postdoctoral research. And at any point of time, after BSc, BS, or MSc, integrated MSc, or 2-year MSc, PhD, you can look for employment. The job you get would be normally commensurate with your qualifications and experience. So those who are in science may try to get a higher degree in order to get a better job. And the opportunities are infinite. There are numerous academic institutions, not only academic research institutions, government labs, and I did not talk much about the industry. There are public sector undertakings, and there are several private industries as well, including multinational companies that have R&D programs which offer attractive package if you have a science degree. Okay, I don't like to give any advices, but for the benefit of young students, I've listed few quotes. And these quotes are not necessarily by scientists, because Agatha Christie was not a scientist, she was a writer. So I think these quotes are relevant. The first one is, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. That means you have to take initiative. You can't remain idle. You have to. Idle mind is devil's workshop. Some of you might have heard of. So you have to get started. Okay, the second chord is luck favors the prepared mind. I'm sure all of you have heard of Louis Pasteur. Pasteur was considered to be one of the best scientists of all times. He was a biologist, a chemist, pasteurization of food you have heard of. He has developed several vaccines. If he were alive today, he would have developed a vaccine alone by himself within record time. Then another quote is by Edison. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. That means hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. 99% perspiration. And Thomas Alva Edison had more than 1,000 patents to his credit, including the patent for electric bulb. Another quote by Indian scientist, he was also a multifaceted personality, J.C. Bose. If there has been any success in my life, that was built on the unshakable foundation of failure. That means you may fail number of times. That doesn't mean that you should stop trying. I mean, you should back off. You should keep trying and you will definitely succeed. Okay, a dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that doesn't let you sleep. Kalam said. So a dream is that doesn't let you sleep. That means until you achieve your goal, you don't rest, you don't relax, you can't sleep. There should be fire in your belly. Then you will definitely, achieve what you want. You might have heard of Stephen Hawking. Science is not only a discipline of reason, but also one of romance and passion. And if you want to be in science, if you should have an inclination to do science, you should enjoy it, not under pressure for someone. Only if you really like, you take up science as a career. If you have passion for it, doing science should become your hobby, not a responsibility. Of course, it is also a responsibility, from the point of view of society. The final quote I have here is again by Kalam. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We should not distort it. I think we should celebrate it. So those who really enjoy science, the students who like science should not hesitate to take science as a career. Okay, this is a picture again from our campus. This is one of the hostels in IIT Bombay, hostel 12 and 13, overlooking Powai Lake. So on the other side of the lake, this is not part of the campus. We have a very expensive neighborhood called Hiranandani. And as most of the institutes, central institutes are residential institutes. Students get accommodation on campus. Okay, I have shown you a long corridor and an arch which was reconstructed. So before the demolition and reconstruction of that arch, there was this inscription. I'm sure all of you can read, which reads in Sanskrit, Jnanam Paramam Kheyam, which means knowledge is the supreme goal. So creation of knowledge is the objective of academic institutions like ours. So finally, I should thank all of you. Before that, the Akhila Kerala Tantri Samajam for giving me this opportunity again. And particularly Sri Raman Edakaripuram, who coordinated these activities. And my sister-in-law, Srimati Srikala Irishi, who motivated me to give this talk. And my daughter, who is doing her MSc in genetics at Sardar Patel University. She prepared many slides for this presentation. So thank you very much again for your attention and patience. If you have any questions, I will try to answer. Before that, let me also tell you that, so what I presented today is from my own perspective. Don't consider this as an official, version. So in order to get up to date and accurate and detailed information, you need to go to the respective websites of various institutions. And these days it is not very difficult. I think all of you are very computer savvy and you have access to internet. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും തന്നെ ഇതൊരു ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പുതിയതായിട്ട് അറിയാനും പഠിക്കാനും കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഞങ്ങള് പല വിഭാഗത്തിലുള്ള ആളുകൾ ഈ വെബിനാർ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നുണ്ടാവും. UG, PG അല്ലെങ്കിൽ PhD, പോസ്റ്റ് ഡോക്ടർ, ഏത് വിഷയത്തിലുള്ള കോഴ്സുകളെ കുറിച്ചായാലും സ്കോളർഷിപ്പിനെ കുറിച്ചായാലും എൻട്രൻസുകളെ കുറിച്ചായാലും ഒക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഈ ഒരു 1.5 മണിക്കൂറിനുള്ളിൽ 1 മണിക്കൂറിനുള്ളിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത് തന്നെ ഭയങ്കര സന്തോഷം. ഒരുപാട് നന്ദി. ഇനി അടുത്തത് നമ്മുടെ ഇടയിൽ ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പ്രൊഫസറുടെ നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ ആവശ്യമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനുള്ള സമയമാണ്. ഇത് ഒരു കാര്യം സൂചിപ്പിക്കാനുള്ളത്, കുട്ടികൾക്ക് സംശയങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് നമുക്ക് ആദ്യം അവസരം കൊടുക്കാം. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് മാതാപിതാക്കൾക്കും നമുക്ക് അവസരം തരുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ചോദിക്കാം.
I think they have understood everything or did not understand anything. That is also possible.
കുട്ടികൾക്ക് എന്തായാലും ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പല സംശയങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. നിങ്ങൾ മടി കൂടാതെ ചോദിക്കൂ. ഇതൊരു അവസരമാണ്. നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ ആ സംശയം ഇരുന്നുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് പ്രയോജനം ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. പക്ഷെ അത് നമ്മൾ ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കൃത്യമായ നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ ലഭിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അതിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരാനുള്ള ഒരു അവസരമല്ലേ. ഒന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു നോക്കൂ.
മലയാളത്തിൽ ചോദിച്ചോളൂ കേട്ടോ. മലയാളത്തിൽ ചോദിക്കുന്നതിൽ കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ല. ഞാൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് മാത്രം.
ഹാൻഡ് റൈസ് ചെയ്തവർക്ക് അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് സംസാരിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, ഞാൻ പേരെടുത്ത് വിളിക്കാം. ഹിത നാരായണൻ, അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് സംസാരിച്ചു.
Can I ask?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I'm Nanda. Hello. Professor, so this talk was for our potential opportunities in science. So to excel in them, we must obviously be in the top 1%, as you said, of the students of the fields we pick, right? But now
IIT JEE.
Sorry.
I said top 1% are selected for the
for the best colleges. Yeah, IIT, which is what I'm trying for after 2 years.
Right.
But then, like right now, they look for talents all the way back to our secondary school. Like I'm in 10th, and we need basically what I'm trying to ask is we need talents from a young age academically to sort of shine more in any good college, not just IIT. So what do you think we can do apart from just study hard? Like I'm in 10th, so what would you suggest we do except study hard for excelling IIT? Is there anything else?
It is not necessary that all of them should get admission in IITs or IISc or ISERs. I mean, there are number of good universities and colleges as well. Many autonomous colleges. There are prestigious autonomous colleges in the country. So getting admission in those colleges is sometimes more difficult than getting admission in the one of the central institutes. So, and there are several entry points if at all one wants to get admission into these prestigious, so-called prestigious institutes. Not necessarily after 12th. They can, as I told you, they can apply for 2-year MSc after BSc. I myself did BSc in a college, Sri Kerala College, Thrissur. Or after MSc as well. After MSc, they can apply for PhD program in one of these central institutes. So there are several entry points, not necessarily after the higher secondary.
Okay, but isn't that
study hard? That is a necessary requirement.
Yeah, that is obviously there.
But may not be a sufficient requirement to get admission in leading institution. That depends on many factors.
Okay.
Yeah. But one should never get discouraged just because one did not get admission in IIT or IISc. They should continue to study. Because
continue ചെയ്തോളൂ.
Sorry.
Continue ചെയ്തോളൂ.
I just wanted to tell her that the vacancies are limited. As I told you, there are for the undergraduate program in IITs, only about 15 to 20,000 are selected for all the IITs together, about 20. So 15,000 means it's 1% of 15 lakhs, right? 15 lakhs appear for the JEE exam. And that too after increasing the number of IITs. Originally, there were only 5 IITs. And of course, now there are ISOs as well. ISOs are doing very well, very good institutes for higher studies in science. And I have listed many other institutes. I think people are not aware of other, institutes. Many are not aware of.
IIT has always been the benchmark thing for my dad, and I want to go there. I mean, I'm going to coaching centers and all. So that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, but I think according to the new national education policy, the coaching without coaching, the students should be able to get admission or qualify this kind of exams. That is a long-term plan. I don't know how long it will take, but certainly coaching centers are flourishing because of this kind of highly competitive national level examinations. Parents put pressure on their children right from 8th class or even before, which is very sad, very unfortunate. I think we should not do that. Let them evolve. Let them come up on their own. They should enjoy their studies. It's not necessary that all of them should get into IITs. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Even Mr. Narayana Murthy once said, the founder of Infosys, his daughter or son did not get admission to IITs, but got in Cornell University in the US. Right? Cornell is one of the prestigious universities in the US. So just because of the limited number of vacancies, it is so difficult to get admission. And the JEE is one of the toughest examinations in the world. Why do we make it so tough? It is because the vacancies are limited. We would like to filter. And we filter in 2 stages. JEE main, then JEE advanced only for IIT admission. Okay, if there are other questions, I'll try to answer. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
മറ്റാർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങളുണ്ടോ?
പലരും കൈ ഉയർത്തിയിരുന്നല്ലോ.
അതെ സർ, എനിക്കൊരു ചോദ്യമുള്ളത്, IIT-യില് പ്രൊഫസർ ആവുക അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് പ്രൊഫസർ ആവാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കോളേജ് കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ തന്നെ അതിനുള്ള തയ്യാറെടുപ്പുകൾ തുടങ്ങേണ്ടതുണ്ടോ?
വേണ്ട, അതിൻ്റെ ഒരാവശ്യമില്ല. കാരണം എൻ്റെ അനുഭവത്തിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ പറയാം, ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും വിചാരിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല ഞാൻ IIT-യിലെ ഒരു പ്രൊഫസറാവുന്നുള്ള കാര്യം. കാരണം ഞാൻ തൃശ്ശൂർ കേരളവർമ്മ കോളേജിലാണ് പഠിച്ചത്, PSc വരെ. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ MSc ചെയ്ത് എന്നെ ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ബാംഗ്ലൂർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലാണ്. അപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ IIT-യിൽ ഒരു ജോലി കിട്ടും എന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് MSc കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ PhD-ക്ക് ബാംഗ്ലൂർ IISc-യിൽ ചേർന്നു. IISc ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ പ്രോബ്ലി ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഫോർ റിസർച്ച് ഇൻ ഇന്ത്യ. അവിടുന്ന് PhD കഴിഞ്ഞു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് വിദേശത്ത് 4-5 വർഷം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ പോലും IIT-യിൽ ഒരു ജോലി കിട്ടും എന്ന് എനിക്ക് അത്ര പ്രതീക്ഷയൊന്നും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. എന്നാൽ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ പോസ്റ്റ് ഡോക് അവസാന കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഞാൻ കൊളംബിയ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലാണ് ചെയ്തത്, US-ൽ, ന്യൂയോർക്ക്. അവിടുത്തെ പ്രൊഫസർ വളരെ വെൽ നോൺ ഫിഗർ ആയിരുന്നു, പ്രൊഫസർ റൊണാൾഡ് ബ്രസ്ലോ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ സപ്പോർട്ടോട് കൂടിയാണ് എനിക്ക് IIT-യിൽ, ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സിൻ്റെയും ഞാൻ PhD ചെയ്ത എൻ്റെ ഗൈഡ്, മറ്റ് ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്, അവരൊക്കെ സ്ട്രോങ്ലി റെക്കമെൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടാണ്. ആൻഡ് പബ്ലിക്കേഷൻ റെക്കോർഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല, അതിനുവേണ്ടി ഒരു തയ്യാറെടുപ്പ് അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും ചെയ്തിരുന്നില്ല. US-ലായിരുന്നപ്പോൾ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തു. പല സാധാരണ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ സംഭവിക്കുന്ന പോലെ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു 90% റിപ്ലൈ കിട്ടില്ല, അങ്ങനെയാണ്. വിദേശത്തുനിന്ന് അതാണ് ഏറ്റവും ഡിസ്കറേജിങ് ഫാക്ടർ. വിദേശത്തുനിന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ജോലിക്ക് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ റിപ്ലൈ കിട്ടുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വളരെ, ഇപ്പോൾ കുറേ മാറ്റം വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. എനിക്ക് ഇവിടുന്ന് ബോംബെ IIT-ന്ന് വളരെ എൻകറേജിങ് റിപ്ലൈ കിട്ടി. എനിക്കൊരു ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിന് പോലും വരേണ്ടി വന്നില്ല. ഇൻ ആബ്സെൻഷ്യ ഐ വാസ് കൺസിഡേർഡ് ആൻഡ് സെലക്റ്റഡ്. ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ ട്രൈഡ് ടു ഡു ജസ്റ്റിസ് ടു വാട്ട് ഐ ഹാവ് ഗോട്ട്. That's it. So there is no preparation required.
Sir, chat box-ൽ ഒരു ചോദ്യം വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്.
What
was your research subject, sir?
For my research subject, we have been doing research in the area of organic chemistry for the last 20 years independently. I joined IIT Bombay exactly 20 years ago in 2001. So in particular, we do organic synthesize new molecules with interesting properties, such as medicinal properties, even other physical and chemical properties. Some of our compound, we also develop new methodologies, develop new methodologies, synthesize new molecules with interesting properties, and new materials as well. In the last few years, we have got funding from agencies like ISRO and DRDO to develop new energetic materials. You might have heard of many energetic materials that can be used for constructive purposes. Some, if those materials fall into wrong hands, they use for destructive purposes as well. But certain energetic materials that are used in space as propellants, explosives by DRDO. So we are working on such compounds as well, in addition to doing academic research. We also, filed several patents, about 6 patents on biologically active organic compounds. So we work in different areas in organic chemistry.
ഇനി ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങളുണ്ടോ? കുട്ടികളുടെ മാതാപിതാക്കൾക്കാണെങ്കിലും ഇപ്പോൾ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. വിശ്വനായക് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ.
Please.
Yes, sir. Sir, because of this online schools and classes and all, I wanted to ask about how to study for longer period, because we are in front of the screens attending the classes and then we have to do the after study. So it becomes very hectic for us and also straining.
Yeah.
So can you give us some tips on that?
So my suggestion is not to sit, in front of the screen at a stretch. So after every hour, you take a break, at least 10 to 15 minutes, and get involved in other activities as well. In the evening, I suggest not to study. Just go out for a walk, or if you are allowed to play during this pandemic without physical contact, you can also play. So get involved in other physical activities as well. Don't study continuously. That will not help you in the long run. So hopefully in a few months there will be a vaccine for children as well, those below 18 years. Then probably schools and colleges will reopen. Some of the states are already considering reopening schools. I understand my own daughter, who is entering 11th, is sitting in front of the computer almost all the time. So I tell her not to do that. Just go out, at least in the evening, do something else. Take a break after every hour or 2 hours. Get involved in different activities.
Okay, sir, that really helps. And what would you like to, advise about studying for competitive exams?
Again, that of course you should try to prepare well, but that is not the only objective. Clearing JEE or any such competitive exam should not be your sole objective. So even if you don't qualify, you keep other options open, so that if you have other alternative options, that will take the pressure from you, right? Some of your parents or others may expect you to qualify, but sometimes it may not be humanly possible. Not everyone can qualify these entrance examinations. So you have other alternative options. So if you don't qualify JEE, there are other examinations too. You get admission for the degree program in other institutions, not necessarily in IITs or IISc. Right? Work hard, no doubt. You should be serious, but at the same time, keep other options open. So
thank you, sir. That really inspires a lot.
Don't be disheartened by if you don't qualify a particular exam. That should be a learning experience for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
നമ്മുടെ സമയം തീരാറായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. സിന്ധു മല്ലിശ്ശേരി ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, would you know any constraints for PIOs to write IIT JEE?
I'm not sure. I think they can appear for IIT JEE. In fact, there is a separate channel for foreign students to apply to IITs. But PIOs are probably, you have to go to the IIT, the JEE website to confirm that. I'm not sure. I think they are allowed to appear since they are persons of Indian origin. But for foreign students, students from other nationalities or citizenship, they have separate channel for admission to IITs. Please visit the JEE website for update. Right.
ഇപ്പോൾ ചോദ്യങ്ങളുടെ എണ്ണം കൂടി വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു ചോദ്യം കൂടി കാർത്തിക ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. What are the higher educational or job opportunities after MSc Botany?
Oh, MSc Botany. I think I've told you about ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Has several vacancies for. Will have several vacancies for those with background in botany. And of course, you can also, if you are interested in PhD, you can apply to one of the institutions which I have talked about. But if you are interested in a job related to your area of, your background, I think ICAR advertises vacancies, and states also have, the Ministry of Agriculture. There are a number of agricultural universities in the country. So there are a number of opportunities for those with a botany background, in addition to the academic jobs.
എല്ലാവരുടെയും സംശയങ്ങൾക്ക് തൃപ്തികരമായ ഒരു മറുപടി കിട്ടിയെന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. നമുക്ക് പരിപാടിയുടെ അവസാന ഘട്ടത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം.
If they have any questions, queries, comments, they can also email me. So I have shared my email address. I think you can see that. Right. I think there is one more question.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is there any chance for the college teachers to pursue research through some collaboration program, something like that?
Sure. In fact, college teachers can, if they can take leave for a few years, 3 to at least minimum 3 years. Sometimes it's possible even if they get about 6 months to 1 year leave to complete their coursework in the institute. So they can, join for PhD program in these institutes, IISc, IITs, etc. Under the Faculty Improvement Program or QIP, Quality Improvement Program.
Yes, sir. I have got PhD, but still I would like to do some more research work.
Oh, research
so
work.
If there, yeah.
I see. Then you can contact one of the professors in one of the institutes and express your interest in collaborating with him or her. Right. So if there is a mutual interest, they will agree. Otherwise, I told you about the KSCSTE, Kerala State Council for Science and Technology and Environment. They also offer some fellowships to teachers. College.
I think, sir, there is some age limit for that. I'm actually now 40 plus.
Oh,
so I think.
Okay.
I think.
Then you can, talk to one of the professors in an institute where there are facilities. So during vacation, you can go and as a guest researcher, go and work there if they agree. That is one option. And in fact, by the way, the Indian Academy of Sciences offers summer fellowships to teachers as well, even PhDs. So you get fellowship for that.
I have underwent that also, sir. But the summer fellowship, they will give only 2 times.
Oh, yeah. Then if you are looking for long-term collaboration, then you should talk to an individual, professor and have an understanding. So he arranges your stay, what you need is accommodation if you need to go and work in an institute where there are facilities. Otherwise, if you only need his advice or expert advice, you can carry out the work in your own. Where are you working? By the way,
sir, I'm working in Sri Narayana College, Chennai.
Okay, so are there facilities, the basic facilities to do research?
Basic facilities are very poor, sir. That is why.
Yeah. So then you need to go to one of these institutes, talk to, write to one of the professors. If he or she agrees, you can go and stay during vacation and certainly do research. Many come to our institutes.
Sir, actually, I am interested in computational chemistry, even though I am not an expert. But I have done something.
If you are interested in computational chemistry, you don't have to travel to any of these institutes. You can do that by staying in your own college, by being in your own college.
But for that, I have to get the software, no?
Right.
Software and license. So, is there any? Can you guide me to how to buy? Or
I think in our department there is one professor called Sunoj. He's also from Kerala. He is from Thiruvananthapuram. So he is a computational chemist. You can contact him, express your interest. And there are a couple of others also. There is one Professor Rajaraman, who is also a computational chemist. There are many others. So go to our department website, look at the research interests of some of my colleagues I have mentioned, and express your interest in working with them. And I'm sure they will definitely help you. Yeah, it is much easier if you don't have to do any laboratory experiments.
Yes, sir. Actually, one of my out of 3 chapters, 1 chapter is from computational chemistry in my PhD thesis.
I see.
That is why I have asked.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. So if you would like to continue to do research in that area, I think it is much easier because not much facilities are required. You need access to computer. That's all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The software. Yeah.
ഇനി ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങളുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സാർ സൂചിപ്പിച്ചതുപോലെ സാറിന്റെ ഇമെയിൽ അഡ്രസ്സിലേക്ക് ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. പരിപാടിയുടെ അവസാന ഘട്ടത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിനായി ശ്രീ വൈശ്രവണത്ത് നാരായണ നമ്പൂതിരിയെ ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു.
നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ വൈശ്രവണത്ത് നാരായൺ, അഖില കേരള തന്ത്ര സമാജത്തിന്റെ ആദ്യ ബാച്ചിലെ പൂജാ പഠനത്തിലെ ഒരു പഠിതാവാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിൽ ഒരു ഭാഗവാക്കാവാൻ ഞങ്ങളെ ബാച്ച് ആയി എന്നുള്ളത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഭയങ്കര സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. കാരണം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്പൂതിരി സമാജത്തിന്റെ പല കാര്യങ്ങളിലും ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ എത്തപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് പുതിയ തലമുറയെ എങ്ങനെ ഗൈഡ് ചെയ്യാം എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. അത് സാധാരണ നമുക്ക് ഒട്ടും കിട്ടാത്ത ഒരു ഇൻഫർമേഷനാണ്. നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ ഒരു സ്കൂൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കോളേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒന്ന് ആലോചിക്കും എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിന് പോകണോ മെഡിക്കലിന് പോകണോ, ഇതൊന്നും കിട്ടിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ ബികോമിന് പോവാ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഗൈഡൻസിൽ നിന്നാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്നത്തെ പുതിയ ലോകത്തിലോട്ട് വരുന്നത്. ആ പുതിയ ലോകത്തിലോട്ട് വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇത്രയും ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ്, ഇത്രയും ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് കൊണ്ട് അതിന്റെ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത താങ്കൾക്ക് ആദ്യം ഞാൻ നന്ദി പറയട്ടെ. കാരണം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത് ഇവിടുത്തെ പഠിതാക്കൾക്ക് അറിയണം, ഇവിടുത്തെ രക്ഷിതാക്കൾക്കും അറിയണം. കാരണം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ വെറുതെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റും ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരാളെ പിടിച്ച് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിലോ ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരാളെ പിടിച്ച് മെഡിക്കലിലോ കൊണ്ടുപോയി ചേർക്കുന്നതിലും എത്രയോ ബെറ്ററാണ് അവർക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള, അവർക്ക് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉള്ള ഏരിയ. ഇത്രയും ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. അതിന് കാരണം എന്താ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആർക്കും ഇതിനെപ്പറ്റി അറിയില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഇത്രയും ഒരു ബൃഹത്തായ ഒരു ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ഈ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ തന്ന താങ്കൾക്ക് ആദ്യം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തട്ടെ. ഇതിന് ഒരുപാട് എഫർട്ട് എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടാവും എന്ന് അറിയാം. കാരണം ഇതെല്ലാം കൺസോളിഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ നല്ലൊരു എഫർട്ട് വേണം. ഇത് എനിക്കൊന്ന് പറയാൻ ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഇത്രയും നല്ലൊരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്, ഇത്ര നല്ലൊരു ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ ആൾക്കാരും, രക്ഷിതാക്കളും പഠിതാക്കളും അതിനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കുക. അതിന് ഇത്രയും ഒരു നല്ല ഒരു വേദി ഒരുക്കി തന്ന ആദ്യം ഋഷി നമ്പൂതിരി അദ്ദേഹത്തിനോട് ഞാൻ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. അഖില കേരള തന്ത്രി സമാജത്തിന്റെ പേരിലും ഇതിൽ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്ത എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ ആദ്യം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. കാരണം വെച്ചാല് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് പറ്റുന്ന ഇന്നത്തെ ഞാനൊക്കെ ഈ ഞാനൊരു റിട്ടയേർഡ് എഞ്ചിനീയർ ആണ്. ബേസിക്കലി ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ വന്നൊരു ഒരു പാത്തുണ്ട്. അത് ആരും അങ്ങനെ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഗൈഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടൊന്നുമല്ല. നമ്മള് എങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയോ അങ്ങ് എത്തിപ്പെട്ടു എവിടേക്കോ. പക്ഷെ ഒരുപാട് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റികൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് പിന്നെ കുറെ കഴിയുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാകുന്നത്. ആ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നതിന് ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇന്നത്തെ തലമുറയ്ക്ക് എക്സലന്റ് ആയിട്ട് പെർഫോം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഇന്നത്തെ കാലത്ത് എക്സലൻസ് ഈസ് ദ ഓൺലി തിങ് ടു ബി എ സക്സസ്ഫുൾ പേഴ്സൺ. ബേസിക്കലി എവിടെയാണെങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ എക്സലന്റ് ആയിരിക്കണം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എത്തിപ്പെടാൻ പറ്റില്ല. നമുക്ക് ഈ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ, ഈ ഗൈഡൻസ് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ സമുദായത്തിൽ പറ്റുന്ന ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു ഡ്രോബാക്ക് ആണ് ഈ എക്സലൻസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന രക്ഷാകർത്താക്കളുടെ ദൗർലഭ്യം ബേസിക്കലി. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത അഖില കേരള തന്ത്രി സമാജത്തിനും പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു എഫേർട്ട് എടുത്ത് ശ്രീരാമേട്ടനും ആദ്യം നന്ദി പറയട്ടെ. കാരണം എല്ലാവരുടെ പേരിലും ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി തന്നതിനകത്തും അത് അറിവ് പകർന്നു തന്ന അങ്ങേക്കും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹാർദമായ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. എല്ലാ പഠിതാക്കളോടും എനിക്കൊരൊറ്റ വാക്കുമായുള്ളൂ, ഇത് കേട്ട് പോകരുത്. ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാനുണ്ട്. ആ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ എന്തൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചു, എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ്, അത് അറിഞ്ഞ് അതനുസരിച്ച് നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ പഠനക്രമങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ പറ്റട്ടെ. ആ ഒരു എയിമോട് കൂടി, ആ ഒരു പാഷനോട് കൂടിയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കാൻ പറ്റട്ടെ. നമുക്ക് ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് എക്സലൻസ് ആവാൻ പറ്റും, എക്സലന്റ് ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, എക്സലൻസ് ആക്കാനും പറ്റും. അതിനുള്ള എല്ലാ സന്ദർഭങ്ങളും തന്ന ഋഷി നമ്പൂതിരിക്ക് ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. എല്ലാ പഠിതാക്കളും എല്ലാ ആൾക്കാർക്കും എൻ്റെ നന്ദി ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
എനിക്ക്
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം.
ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ വെബിനാർ പങ്കെടുത്ത എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉപകാരപ്രദമായി എന്ന വിശ്വാസത്തോടെ ഏവർക്കും വിജയാശംസകൾ നേർന്നുകൊണ്ട് അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം, ശുഭരാത്രി.
Thank you, Alberta.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for attending. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ വീണ്ടും കാണാം. ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കണക്ട് ചെയ്യട്ടെ.
ഓക്കെ സർ.
ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.
താങ്ക് യു.